Hey, what is up, guys? This is Bo, or CarlHungus712, and today I'm bringing you Week 8 of my Minnesota Vikings franchise. Right now we're 6-0, hoping to keep it perfect here against the Green Bay Packers, which we obviously beat Week 1. So this is going to be definitely a tough matchup. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I have Madden content coming out all the time. Also, if you guys like shooters like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Rainbow Six, games like that, and even story mode games, single-player games too. I upload those every once in a while as well. So if you're kind of interested in that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I just want to thank all you guys again for all the love on the videos. I've been really having a great time making all these Madden videos. I've never really been a Madden channel, even though this has probably been the game I've played the most throughout my whole life. But this year I decided, what the hell, we'll start uploading videos, and it's been going pretty well so far. So, like I said, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And how's your franchises going? That's one thing I always like hearing from you guys, how your franchises are going. If you guys are having the little stupid quirks that come with Madden every year, the stupid fumbles and drop passes and stupid interceptions that should never happen. You know, it's you always got to take the bad, you know, with the good. It seems like with Madden. But we're about halfway through the season now. Trade deadline's coming up. We see some people already on the move. There's been some talks to some other really good players on some prominent teams. Everson Griffin was traded from Dallas up to Detroit. There's been talks about Dallas maybe even moving Michael Gallup. Minnesota moved Yannick Ngakoue, who that was kind of upsetting for me as a Viking fan, because he's played really quite well for him so far, and they had to give up a second rounder and they only get a third rounder back. Of course, that shores up the oh man, I didn't want to go left and he went left on me. But that shored up Yannick Ngakoue. Will definitely help out the Baltimore Ravens, who pulled him in. That's a great pickup for them. And some other, you know, there's been some other talks too. I'm kind of curious to see if Ryan Fitzpatrick ends up getting moved, since of course now Tua Tagovailoa, if I pronounce that correctly, he's going to be taking over play calling duties, obviously, for the Dolphins. And even Stephon Gilmore, there's been talks of him getting moved from New England right now, which really surprises me. I'd love to have him up in Minnesota, as good as he's been the last couple of years. But usually when Belichick gets rid of you, usually he sees something that everybody else isn't seeing. So I wonder if they're really trying to get rid of him, if maybe Belichick sees that he's lost a step or something. And I'm just always curious about that. You know. Nice catch, Jefferson. Of course, Justin Jefferson, he's been a stud for Minnesota thus far. He's rated the #1 wide receiver still in the league right now. And I think Minnesota's finally found a receiver in the first round that's not a complete and total bust, because they've struggled picking receivers in the first round thus far. It's been kind of nice too. Obviously, Week 7, Minnesota had the bye week, so Terrell Suggs and who was it? Terrell Suggs and of course Dalvin Cook. They were both hurt for a while in the season, so it was good. It's good, of course, getting them back, getting them healthy, because Terrell Suggs was a big part of our success in the beginning of the season. So there we go, Thielen in the back of the end zone. Ended up getting a message right before the game started, which you guys who've been playing franchise have probably seen it, where if your player is not getting the ball enough, or he feels like he should be targeted a little bit more, or he should be playing more, he'll come to the coach and kind of let him know. So I actually ended up getting one of those messages from Thielen, so I'm going to try to get him the ball a little bit more today. Try not to force anything to him if I don't have to, but course, my goal today against Green Bay, kind of play similar to how I played week 1 against them. Basically, try to really control the clock, keep the ball out of Rodgers' hands, and try to get these guys in 3rd and long situations if I can. Get a lot of pressure on him. Oh, we might have. Did we get him 3rd and inches? No, he did get the 1st. Giving my hopes up. That, of course, is always the worry with Rodgers if I can't keep him in the pocket. Yeah, it's kind of crazy looking down at the ticker, kind of seeing, you know, based off of my franchise here, kind of where all the teams are at this point, and seeing the Jets down there at 5-2. It's crazy to think. Of course, my Jets franchise, I'm hoping I can have a pretty successful year like that. But just a team so deficient of weapons, being 5-2 on here is pretty. It's pretty impressive. Oh, almost picked that one there. Pretty good drive, though. We held him to 3 points because it was a couple of those passes by Rodgers were pretty nice, moving down the field. But luckily, our corner was able to make a play there on 3rd and short. One thing, you guys will have to let me know in the comment section if you're ever interested in seeing it. I figured you guys probably wouldn't be because it's probably kind of boring on your side. That's not good there, losing Garrett Bradbury, because he actually just came back from being injured a couple weeks ago. But basically right now I'm kind of doing some scouting, looking for ways to improve Minnesota, and then also trying to figure out who to re-sign and stuff like that. And right now I'm trying to make a decision on old Dalvin Cook. Obviously I want him in Minnesota and I want him signed, but he's going to cost a lot of money, so that's one thing I'm kind of worried about. So I'm kind of curious in the comment section, what do you guys think? Did you guys re-sign him, or? And Jefferson's so dangerous over the middle. We're going to be getting a little pressure here, so this one's going to have to come out kind of quick. And if I remember right, I believe the last time I checked the stats on here, I think with Jefferson in my my franchise here, I believe he's leading the league on in receiving yards. If I remember right, I'll have to check that. But kind of getting back to some of the scouting, I figured I'd let you guys in on kind of what I'm looking at for my Vikes. Obviously, shoring up the offensive line. Looked at some more corners to keep on the back end, because it all comes down to, you know, if basically my young guys take a step forward, then I got to also look at, you know, do I re-sign Logan Ryan and Aqib Talib? So I got a lot of decisions to make in the offseason coming up here. Well, I haven't gotten the running game going quite as well as I wanted to, but the passing game is doing pretty well. And I think that'll be the last play there, and we'll go into the second quarter. Up 4, so pretty good first quarter. Couldn't tell if that was Drew Samia or not. If he could have got out and if he could have got out in front of Cook there, I might have had something pretty good. I gotta look at Cousins' fumble rating, because it seems like every time I get hit with Cousins, he drops the ball. Even when I hit like cover ball, he still always drops that damn thing. I gotta check that out. I tried throwing that because I knew I was getting pressured there. If he would have let that ball come out of his hand, that was a touchdown in the back corner of the end zone with Rudolph. Did he get the first? Yeah, he did. Wow. See, that's one of them things there. I wished you could kind of adjust your momentum with the receiver, because that one there I tried, of course, on that play there. How was that overturned? He was in bounds. I don't agree with that one. But anyways, like on a play like that, you know, you're trying to slow your guy down so he doesn't... his momentum doesn't take him out of bounds, but sometimes it's just such a pain to do that. Too bad that wasn't Jefferson or or Adam Thielen. One of those two guys probably keep their feet in bounds, or even Rudolph. But I don't throw a lot to Tajay Sharp. He's kind of just my deep threat. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Man, that was a hit. God, what was that? I think it was Anthony Barr that hit him there. Another guy who's hurt on the actual Minnesota Vikings right now. We got the box stacked here. try a little play action and take a shot. That was the play there. He just couldn't hold on to it. That was definitely the play. Good run. Of course, tonight's Thursday, October 29th. We got a game going on right now. Looks like it's a pretty good one so far. They're in the second quarter. Atlanta 13, Carolina 14. I'm kind of curious to see if Atlanta makes a little bit of a, not necessarily a run. I think they've lost too many times now to make a run. But if they kind of play spoiler down the road for one of these teams like like Carolina in that division with all those teams being so close. Nice run again. Yeah, Cook's looking like his old self here finally, so. There we go. That actually worked out quite well, and even though I wish we would have scored a touchdown or had that drive keep going, where Green Bay overturned the ruling, but being able to recover that fumble and then scoring a touchdown, we basically put 10 on the board. Kind of curious to see how that game turns out there this weekend down on the bottom. New England versus Buffalo. Obviously, Buffalo looked like a top-tier team, when the season started out, but the last few weeks they've obviously kind of cooled down from their hot start. And obviously, Belichick being such a great defensive-minded coach, and then with those corners and that pass defense up there, I wonder if Josh Allen's going to struggle at all this weekend. But I do like Buffalo. It's kind of nice to see them doing pretty well. Obviously, they've had their struggles ever since the kind of the glory days of the later '80s into the '90s. With Jim Kelly and Eric Moulds and just all those guys up there. They had Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith. What was it, Andre Reed? That was good coverage, just a good throw. I think on that play I might have to go into cover 6 or something, drop a drop somebody back in zone there to kind of cover that flat. Really good pressure there. We were able to keep him in the pocket. I think if Rodgers would have got on the corner there, that would have been kind of dangerous. The one thing I can say about Green Bay, ever since they've had a great team on Madden and everything, I've always played well against Green Bay. That's one team I just always seem to, I don't know if it's just being a Viking fan and kind of understanding them or what the deal is, but on Madden I always play them well. Always play them well. Let's go to the 2-minute warning. I think I might run it on this first play, kind of get the clock moving, and then we'll start taking our shots. Well, maybe not though. We'll see here. This play worked earlier, so I might give her a shot here again. And see, on that play again, they played that single high safety, which told me they were going to be in cover 1 or cover 3 there, which of course leaves those big pockets over the middle there up the seams. So obviously that's what kind of allowed me to get away with that. That was a nice, that was a really nice cut block there on on the corner. I think that was Madison that actually threw that, so that worked out perfectly. Here's that beautiful Madden glitch there, where instead of stopping, he just keeps you running. Have to make a video about that maybe one of these days. The best Madden, or the most frustrating glitches in Madden. Kind of curious to hear from you guys too. What do you guys think the best Madden was? It's tough for me because I really liked. I started playing Madden on the Super Nintendo, and then of course worked my way up. Really liked the N64 version. I think Madden 10 was, yeah, it was just good coverage there. I think Madden 10 was really good because that was the game where they really fixed everything, and then kind of slowly they got away from everything they fixed. But I think I might say with the Madden with the fewest problems, I'd probably say was 10. But I liked 07, I liked 08, I liked 06. I kind of miss the old Maddens during kind of that era, '05 through, I think it was '05 through '07, '05 through '08, where we had the Tony Bruno show. I don't know if you guys remember that. I always thought that was kind of cool in the Madden franchise mode. For all you guys watching that maybe just got into Madden or didn't play those ones back then, basically what the Tony Bruno show was it was like it was a recorded sports show where, you know, they'd have fake people call in and they'd talk about stuff that was going around the league, and of course obviously they'd throw in players' names and talk about problems that people were having on teams. You know, if a player was pissed off or something back then, you had different morale stats you had to consider with players and whether or not they'd re-sign with you, and it was really in depth. I missed how in depth the franchise used to be on the older Maddens, but it was just cool. You know, you'd finish the game and Tony Bruno show would come on and he'd be telling you, oh, you know, this week the Vikings have, you know, Green Bay. They got to win this game obviously for the playoff contention, and it was just kind of cool. It's kind of a cool thing, but I'll leave you guys with that thought. We'll take the halftime break here, and then I'll be right back with you guys. All right, welcome back, guys. Actually trying to mess with my controller here, so that kickoff didn't quite go as planned. Battery on my controller is just about dead, but so far that was about a perfect. That was pretty much a perfect first half. So what I'm hoping to do here is continue to pound the rock with Dalvin Cook, maybe get Peterson and a few others in here, and oh, that was a beautiful block there. I'm gonna tell you, my line's been doing a pretty good job run blocking. Yeah, Cook's already over 100 yards, but yeah, just try to keep pounding the ball and, like I said, run the clock out. I mean, obviously not run the clock out, but be nice to kind of have like a 4 or 5 minute drive here if possible. I might have to look at up in the sliders a little bit, since I've been kind of playing most of these teams with a pretty big lead. They haven't been too competitive the last couple of matches, so I might have to up the all Madden a little higher, mess with the settings a little bit. This is good coverage. Nice catch, Rudolph. One thing I love about zone coverage, when the defense calls zone, if they don't get pressure on you, I mean, that's probably the most confident I am, I think, throwing the balls when I can sit back and they drop back in zone, because, you know, you're stretching those zones out so much, your receivers and everything, and it just makes it so tough to cover those guys. One of these games when I'm having a really good rushing game, well, I guess kind of like this time, I'm going to have to throw Peterson in here and maybe try to get 200-yard rushers. I don't think I've ever done that on Madden. I had a guy open there in the middle. I just didn't want to force it. Try to get a few yards back here. That's just good coverage. My ex-receiver was just breaking open, but I couldn't have a clean enough pocket there for long enough. Even though we're just coming away with 3 points here, we took about almost 5 minutes off the clock, so I'm pretty happy about that. You know, like I've said in some of the other videos too, don't ever feel bad taking a sack or throwing the ball away, or, you know, key is not, you know, try not to throw a pick, try not to force it into triple coverage or double coverage, you know, or that was a nice move there. Rodgers gave Suggs the old wiggle. Rodgers actually isn't having a bad day throwing the ball. He just hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Our defense has been pretty good keeping them in kind of 3-and-out territory. Oh, no way. I think that might have been Talib's first this year. And like I said, that's one thing I've always thought was kind of funny on Madden. It just, whenever I play Rodgers, whenever I play Green Bay, I can always stop him, shut him down pretty easily. But you know, the complete opposite, obviously. When for all of you who watched my Tampa Bay video, the very first game was against the Saints. I always struggle against New Orleans. I don't know what it is. They're just, you know, again, they have so many weapons. I think that's what it is. But you know, just with all the weapons they have in Breeze, I've always struggled against that team. So it's just kind of funny seeing the teams that you're really good against, and then the teams you know you have a hard time playing against. I think probably the toughest team ever on any Madden was that 2004 Atlanta team when Michael Vick was just ridiculous on that game. I think that was probably the hardest or most difficult team to play. He was like impossible to catch up to or tackle, and then obviously having that God, what do you have, like a 99 throw power, and I think his throw accuracy was actually kind of high too at the time. I mean, he was just, oh man, that was a crazy year for Madden. and 2. Let's...
Mike, 319. Mike, I'm gonna run you over. I'm gonna run you over. Mike, 55.
Perfect play, because I brought the heat there, and he got the ball out of his hands quick. Should have went up and jammed the receivers. I thought about that, but sometimes it sucks when you blitz these pretty good quarterbacks on here. They'll make you pay. They're wanting Suggs to drop back in this one. Come up and jam the receivers here since we got our 2 safeties deep. There we go. I think if I wouldn't have cut Rodgers off there from the front, I think he would have outran me. I almost think here you got to go for it, don't you? Yeah, there they go. No way. All right, so I think what we're going to do here is I think we're going to put in Peterson for a few runs here just to keep him from getting hurt. And I'm going to throw Stanley in, I think, for a little bit. Obviously, I think it was the last Viking upload I had Stanley come in for a few plays, so we'll see if he can kind of build off of his first game in purple, because I think he didn't play too well. So. Oh, is Jefferson gonna get it? Ah, down at the 1. There's Cook. We'll have to try to get Stanley his first TD, maybe. think I'm just going to drop back and play some soft coverage here.
Got one, I got one. 55's mine, guys, 55. They gonna need some there.
Crazy stat line, isn't it? Seeing Rodgers with 2 interceptions. Kind of curious. I wonder if any of you guys know in the comments section, how many games has Rodgers had where he's actually thrown more than 1 interception? It seems like every year, I mean, his most picks he ever throws is like 5 or 6 on the season. So it's gotta be pretty rare. He just doesn't turn the ball over. And there's Suggs again having another really good game, really strong game for us. I'm so glad to get him back. 3 picks. Wow. I'm guessing with Rodgers, he must have one of those traits activated where he's more prone to throw interceptions now since he's thrown a couple. So I'm kind of curious to hear too from you guys. What do you guys usually do when you have games like this in your franchise? Do you try to kind of pour on the score, or do you play more like I do, kind of put your backups in and play more like almost like actual football, or you don't try to keep scoring, you just kind of play to run the clock out, I guess? Green Bay, I always thought, had a pretty good offensive line too, so it's kind of crazy seeing Suggs get through like he's been doing. Even though I'm saying I don't really want to score any more points, I kind of would like to score one more with Stanley, get him his first career touchdown pass. I should have just sat back in zone. My guys on defense are getting a little tired. I'm gonna drop back. Yeah, play some zone. See, there's that quirky that quirky Madden glitch right there where Rodgers in real life would have ran for the first down there instead of, you know, deciding right as you're getting sacked that you're going to try to throw it away and then you don't throw it away. Nice cut move. We'll see. I'm going to run the ball here again. If we get to, if we don't get the first down here, I'll probably throw on third then. See if we can get Stanley some more yards here.
Just like that. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
I should probably find a better backup because I think I could play with Stanley and put up some decent numbers, but ooh, what's happened there? Not exactly what I wanted to do. It's all right.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
But anyways, like I was saying, with Stanley, I don't know how well I can run the offense with him if I had to. Nice.
Come on, fellas. Let's go, D. It's gonna be a long day on it. Seven's the mic, Mark 57. Watch the screen. Slam.
And that'll likely be the last play. Yep, it's 10 seconds here. But I just want to thank you guys who's ever still watching. You know, I appreciate all you guys watching the videos, liking them, all the new subscriptions to the channel. I really appreciate that. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are liking the videos, if you'd like me to change something up, maybe talk about certain topics, more about the NFL or something else. You know, like I said, I'm always looking to make my videos better. So, like I said, again, thank you guys for watching and subscribing. And like I said, hope you guys are having a good one. Got Halloween coming up, and like I said, halfway through the season, and hope you guys' teams are doing well. So thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see you later.